because I yes, yes. I She refused to give me because I can't ring NHS 111. I've there's something weird going on with this text message that I'm being blocked from registering with a GP by NHS 111. So I had to ring 999 again, and I spoke to a mental health nurse in the early hours. She said, I can't help you if I she said, I can't promise anything. I said, well, then what's the point then? I was talking about being suicidal, everything that's happened to me. And then a doctor rang me a few hours, well, about an hour ago, and she refused to give me medication for insomnia. And this mental health nurse had said, I'll ask if she can give you, prescribe me with Zopiclone, which I've been given before. I'm not functioning. I can't. My physical health can't cope with this. I could have a life-threatening condition, according to Dr. Webborn. I lost blood. Um, I can't. I'm not sleeping. I've got no GP. What was the I mean, I've just. As you know, as you know, Bethany has done more for me in one appointment than anyone has for a long time. I mean, in 20 years, all the horrific things that I have been put through, and just this one young lady who was absolutely listening to me, making lots of notes, going, saying, I'll help you with this, I'll do whatever I can, do. And she's got the housing costs for this room sorted, and then to be told, I mean, I don't have the energy to even. I've been flown into a state. It's a doctor who has a suicidal, triggered suicide ideation. That's what's just happened. A doctor on NHS, what she terminated. She said, "I'm going to terminate the call. I'm not going to give you medication, and I'm going to terminate the call." So this is willful medical negligence. The GP practices that have illegally deregistered me. Excuse me. I don't, I'm frightened. I'm just frightened. I don't know I had the manager last night, as I said to you. He said, I've got to leave tomorrow. No, on Sunday the 30th, that's tomorrow. And we need everyone out. But I said, I can't. I said, what are you on about? I was yelling down the phone, what are you on about? I said, you can't just suddenly spring this on me. I've just had the housing costs sorted for this hotel room. I was asking about the lift being broken because of my disability. I can't do all of this on my own. I said, you can't just throw this on me. Just like that. He was good. But he can't just, you can't just do that to as I've just had the housing costs, the local authorities, the job centre is paying for me to stay here, for the housing costs for this hotel. I said, you knew this. That's why I asked you for an invoice. You said, you know my circumstances. I've been staying in this hotel since June. He's looking after my suitcases downstairs. The local MP caseworker, Ewan Morrison, is complicit in this. I'd had no sleep after moving into this hotel room, and I spoke to, I've written down his name, the investigator from the legal ombudsman, because of what's going on with that. This is not humanly possible to deal with all of this completely on your own, but I've been, I've, this has gone on for months and months and months and months. I've had a letter to the House of Commons, which has been ignored by my partner's friend. I've got a copy of that. Um, You know, for months on end, Ewan Morrison has tried to contact adult social. I'm just sick of being lied to. I'm sick of it. This is the first time that you know, I think I've spoken to someone called Nikki before on adult social care. I don't know if it's yourself, but nothing has ever, yes, sorry, nothing has ever been done for me, and it's only because of Bethany. That she's not because of you and Morrison, not because of the MP office, no. And he is supposed to have looked into why my garage storage was sold, that I pay storage for against my will. Bethany's the only person concerned, and she works for the job centre. She's doing the work of adult social care. She works for the job centre for Universal Credit. She's the only person who has actually shown any concern. The local MP, Josh, that boy, he has played victim of my survival. And I'm calling him a boy because everyone is behaving this like children. I survived being attacked by convicted criminals, and the support worker Juliet Rawson, who's now dead, she died from cancer. She was attacked in the street. She emailed the former MP Caroline Ansell. I've got the copy of the email. Members of the council, everyone failed to stop and correct. Then I was given a brand new flat that I was locked out of on news that my father died, and I still don't know how my father died. And Joanna Standing, the Swan advocate, she confirmed that my sisters had illegally gone through my father's things without me. The council went in and removed all these things have been happening to me. Then Law Stop exploited me. It's been threats, nothing but bullying, threats, physical, verbal, violence. I've never known anything like it. Police arresting me over my free speech because I refused to call my sister a man when I've got a landlady and I've got the evidence, I've got the court papers. She should be in prison. I'm being pushed to suicide. This is a form of manslaughter. I'm really concerned that we're talking about things that maybe might make you feel more frustrated, and it's going to be things that I'm not able to support you with right now, and I don't want to put you in a position where you feel more vulnerable and unsafe. No, I know. So I wonder whether it would be helpful to focus on today and what could be helpful today. What do you think about that? Because I hear that you need the space to be able to talk about these things, and I know that it sounds like you've had such a difficult time, but I'm really conscious that maybe I'm not the right person to have that conversation with, and actually you might be left feeling more upset than you was at the beginning of the call, and I really don't want you to feel like that. So I think I can see you've got an allocated worker, and I think it's really important that they give you the time to talk about these things, to talk about how they can support you with those things. But I wonder if we can focus on today and over the weekend and support that you think would be helpful at the moment. Yes. So you said that your hotel has asked you to leave tomorrow. Have they give you a reason for that? Well, this is what I mean. This doesn't make any sense. Joanna's, do you know, honestly, I'm putting everything on, not Joanna, sorry, Bethany. She put it in the notes that I had a blocked toilet for a second time, and this time we couldn't unblock it, so I lost sleep moving everything into this another room. So she put this on the record. She actually said to me, at least you've got somewhere warm to stay. Yeah, well, suddenly, see, I can't relax for just 2 minutes. Well, he just suddenly said to me he was going to fix the light in this room today. Sorry, yesterday. And he rang me, the manager. This is the manager. He said, "Hi there, you okay?" I said, "Fine, thanks." And then he just suddenly said to me he was going to fix the light, because my bed light isn't working, and I had to clean up. There was stuff all over the. it was dirty. So I've been cleaning the room, and I've got, so I lost sleep doing that. And then, despite the fact that he was going to fix the light yesterday, he just suddenly said to me, "Oh, just to let you know," and he said it so casually. He said, um, uh, the hotel is going to be closing for 2 months, and I've spoken to my boss. I'm leaving on the 30th, and you're going to have to leave. So of course I started yelling down the phone. I said, "What are you on about? You why have you just suddenly thrown this on me?" I said, "I've just had the housing costs for this room. You knew all of this. Why, I've just moved to another room." So he said, "Look, I'm in the same position as you." I said, "You're not. You're the manager. What are you talking about? This is just." He said, "Look, you talk to my boss," and he then he hung up on me, and he texted me the email address of his boss. What good is that? I mean, I'm I'm up in the air. I'm up in the air, but I don't have the energy. But this is just it. This is just it. Bethany has just paid for me, paid for the housing costs for this room. I mean, I thought she said, "Well, you can just keep booking the room, and we'll pay towards housing costs." She's going to get, because I have been in this hotel since June. I've spent thousands of pounds of my late father's inheritance illegally. This is all illegal. The district judge, the local authorities, the MP. I went to all these people that the judge told me to go to. I've I've got to send an email to the man from the legal ombudsman because I've been lied to by. I've, it's too much to go into. I don't have the energy. I have been lied to. Oh God. This is just it. No one is doing anything. No one anywhere. I'm not raising my voice to you. I'm saying I'm I have been I have spoken support through the court, said the council have a duty. I was for over an hour and a half to housing. They have illegally refused. They have not done. The local authorities are not acting by law, by instruction of District Judge Harper. This involves Josh Bubarundi, my local MP. He told me to go to the local MP. He's ignored a letter. I'm going to lose my voice. He's ignored a letter to the House of Commons. The caseworker, Ewan Morrison, has been trying to contact you, adult social care, for months on end, and it is only Bethany, this young lady, who's managed to get adult social care to actually to get to this point, because no one anywhere. This has been going on for years. I have got years of trauma and years of exploitation. Joe Holden has got 16 pages of corruption against him, including sexual harassment, according to a fraud investigator on YouTube. And 3 times he hung up on me, and 3 times the MP caseworker had said he would see me. And that man, Joe Holden, was going to help me make a subsequent civil claim against the council for illegally locking me out of a supported flat scam on news my father had died. I was locked out of the care coordinator was sacked. This was in 2023. It's been one thing after another. It's a miracle. She's going to come back to me. Lady, I'm not having a go at you. I'm not. She understands. It's never personal, but someone's got to be on the receiving end of all of this, because this country, it's very frightening. This is why we're heading towards a civil war. If you can't get one person to do one simple thing, like find out who, for example, who was it who registered me in another town? Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Is it possible to speak to Bryony?
Yes, that's me speaking. Thank you.
Hello, Bryony. Good afternoon. My name is Teresa. I'm one of the nurses from the ambulance service.
Yes, thank you. Thank
Hello.
you.
Before I proceed with my assessment, do you mind just confirming your surname, date of birth, and address, please?
Yes, it's Brian E. McCarthy. Um, Sorry, did you say you want my date of birth as well?
Yes, please.
Yes, okay. It's from adult social care about all of this. This is just
Okay.
this is absolutely this is I can't even find the words. I can't
Oh,
even
bless
find
you.
the words. Do you realise that it's a
The adult social care worker today.
it's the person I just spoke to, I don't know if she was a social worker. I can't. My brain is sort of going to mush a bit.
Okay.
Oh
Well, but
gosh.
that was today.
Yes. Yeah. It's you realise it's a doctor who's put me in this. Well, I mean, obviously, apart from the manager suddenly saying to me, "We need you to leave." I've just had housing costs sorted for this hotel, and now I've just had a doctor refuse to give me medication for insomnia and terminate the call. So yeah, everyone is pushing me. I'm on my own with all of this. I was on the phone to the legal ombudsman. I'd had no sleep. I moved everything into another hotel room. I've got a landlady who should be in prison. I thought I was going to be a political prisoner earlier this year because I refused to call my sister a man. I've been beaten, assaulted. I tell you what.
Sorry, Brian. I
Yeah.
know that there's a lot going on, but
Yes. Sorry.
it is possible for me to capture that and type as quickly as it's
No, I
spoken.
know.
So, do you mind just slowing down a bit because I want to make sure I capture the information correctly.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
okay. I did manage to write down that you just spoke to adult social care worker, and that you mentioned that the doctor refused to prescribe medication to help you with your sleep because you've been sleep deprived for quite some time.
Yeah. This has been going on for years. And
Yes,
and
okay. Your
yes.
sleep deprivation.
But it's also exacerbated by the non-stop harassment, gang stalking type demented behavior, illegal evictions, you know, that just, well, as I said, Rupert Lowe has said exactly what I said. Lunatics are running the asylums. What sane people lock you out of your flat on news that your father has died? And they're supposed to be trained staff who know how to deal with complex needs 24/7. They locked me out in my nightwear in winter out of my flat, and this notoriously corrupt solicitor was going to help me make a claim against the council for doing that to me. So yeah, I am fighting corruption and just pure evil all the time, and it's literally killing me because I didn't even realize that I had lost a dangerous amount of blood last year when this landlady and these lunatics, and I've got it in writing from Dr. Webborn that I could have a life-threatening condition, and I didn't even realise. Now I've had another doctor lie to me saying he'll do blood tests. I've I was down in A&E. They were saying I was still registered at this GP practice. I'm trying not to get. I don't want to end up having a stroke or something because of all these vile, and I've got complaints to make about the staff in A&E, the paranoid woman on the desk in there. Oh, I've had it all. I've just had it all. It's just been incessant. it's just never ending. I could get a child to do one simple thing for me, and I had a mental health nurse a few weeks ago. Um, no, about a couple of weeks ago, I had two lots of paramedics come out to me on two different occasions, take me to A&E. I had a mental health nurse in Crawley, in another county, saying he thought it was odd. He couldn't understand why I had been registered at another GP practice in another town, and no one could tell me.
Riley, I'm really sorry.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
you're going sort of, you're really describing to me what you've been going through, and I do appreciate that you're being open and as honest as you can be. Um, but I'm really struggling to caught up with the pace of what you've been describing to what I'm able to document. Okay,
Okay.
so I know it does sound, it feels like you feel quite overwhelmed. But we can just unpick it slowly, much slower, if that's okay.
Okay. Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
And I can simply feel quite overwhelmed with a lot of issues with the housing and, going to A&E, having a lot of professionals, but it feels like everything's going on top of you.
Yes. Yeah.
All right? So I'll go back to the sleep deprivation, okay? And you said that you've been sleep deprived for years, but you need medication for this. Is that correct? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. I literally had a doctor. I'd had a mental health nurse in the early hours. Uh, in the early hours of this this morning, say to me, I can't promise that the doctor will do. I said, well, then what's the point? I said to the mental health nurse, if you can't promise anything, then what's the point? I was talking to her about being suicidal and all these other things. And she said to me, well, I'll do what I can. I'll do my best. I said, well, I thought to myself, well, let's just see. So this is a mental health
This
nurse.
mental health nurse came to see you face to face.
No, no, this was in the early hours here at the hotel. While I've been.
So someone rang you.
Yes, I had to ring 999 because I am blocked from ringing NHS 111. I've got issues. Look, I have spent endless hours explaining all of this to so many people. I've been messed around by GP practices who are deregistering me, saying that they'll do one thing. One minute they'll say we'll write a letter. The next they say Dr. Singh said he was going to do blood tests for me. He was going to do all these things for me. Then I'm being told, oh, we shouldn't have registered you. Now I've had a third GP practice do this to me.
Which GP
Oh,
practice are you officially registered? Is it Hailsham?
I can't keep up with it. I've
Which GP practice?
Well, because I was messed around by the Beacon practice, and this Dr. Singh who said he'd do all these things, and then they're saying that, oh, so I went and registered.
Which GP practice?
Yeah, so I went and registered at another GP practice. I'll tell you which GP. Yeah, because they were going to, and then I registered at this doctor's surgery. I was going to get an appointment with a Dr. Mark Jones, and then I've had a text message saying, "Dear Miss McCarthy, following our recent mess."
Sorry, is that the one in Eastbourne? Is that right?
Yes,
Darlington Road Surgery.
that's
Is that
right.
right?
Following a recent message regarding your registration, PCSE. I don't know what PCSE is. Have
Right. Barry, I'm really sorry. I keep uncutting you short. You're sort of going everywhere, and I really need to be a bit focused on what I can support you with today.
No, I'm just
All
trying to
right?
tell you what the text message. I'm trying to tell you what the text message is that the GP practice sent me, because they're saying that they have deregistered me and that I need to contact NHS England. None of this is making any sense.
That's not something I can particularly pursue for you, except to a point where I can populate the GP surgery in my system to the most up-to-date one. Okay? So that text message that you have sent, you will need to follow it up with the sender. But what I can help you with at this point is to put the correct one that you just told me, which is Arlington Road Practice.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah. And I'm just, yes, and I'm just trying to explain to you that they sent me a text message saying that we can't accept your registration and to contact NHS England. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, so from my point of view, that's not something I can deal with at the moment because,
Well,
as you know, you're through to the ambulance. The ambulance don't arrange for follow-up in that kind of nature.
well,
Okay,
well, but
so that needs to be with them. But what I'm saying, you can share the information to them that you've had and that the nurse has updated the details that I've registered with your surgery.
but I have
So
just
when
had a
you confirm
doctor.
that and follow it up with the sender of that message, you can let them know about
Yeah, I know,
contacting the
but
ambulance
but
today.
but in the meantime, I have had a doctor refuse to give me medication, telling me to go to a GP, and I've explained all that I. Oh, for crying out loud! This is just ridiculous. She refused to give me medication, and she hung up on me.
And which medication are you thinking of? Is it for your
To help me with my insomnia.
insomnia?
Yes,
Okay.
this
So
is what the.
there are
Hmm.
there are two options for you at this point that I can offer you advice, okay? Because obviously it's Saturday today and your medication request often is um, because you have been feeling sleep deprived for a long time.
I can't get
While
to
you are
A&E.
sorting out your GP surgery practice.
I can't. The whole reason why I phoned 999 is this is an emergent. This has just been ongoing messing around. I can't get to A. I'm still in my pajamas. I. Do you know what? I was. I could barely speak when this doctor was talking to me. I'm so shattered and so traumatized. And she
Okay,
just said,
you're talking to me now, and I
hmm.
can give you the correct advice, okay? And the options, because if you're thinking that by calling 999 you can get a prescription, that's not something that we would do. Okay? It's not an emergency prescription or for whatever form, it cannot be done over the phone. And the same for 111, they cannot do the over the phone
Yes, but
anymore. Because I
oh,
sometimes work for 111, and I know for
oh.
a fact that we don't do
But I'm trying to explain to these people.
prescription.
But she's telling me to go to the GP, and I've explained to the mental health nurse that I just keep repeating myself like a. Oh,
I understand, but I understand also what you are going through at the
oh.
moment. You would like with a prescription, okay?
She's telling me to go to a GP that I don't have because I've received this text message
Okay,
saying. They keep deregistering me.
I've acknowledged that concern,
Yes.
and you described to me that you need a medication now. So the help that can be offered to you is that if you need medication now, that it needs to be accessed in A&E, okay, because it's impacting you.
I can't get to A&E.
That's not done over the phone.
I can't get to A&E though. This is just it. I don't have a GP practice. I can't ring NHS 111. I've been messed around by these doctors and these doctors' surgeries that are keep illegally registering me and deregistering me, messing me around, and I can't get to A&E. This is just ridiculous. I'm in crisis. I am in a crisis. This is why I'm. Oh, I can't. This is inhumanly. Oh, I've.
Just get
Oh,
some water, just calm yourself down, okay? I'm not going
yes.
anywhere.
No, I know. I know. Oh God, I just can't. I just ordered some food because I'm struggling to function. I've fought so hard. I've been failed by the MP. I've just been on the phone to adult social care explaining all of this. I've been lied to, exploited. I've had to deal with corrupt law firms. I I can't do all of this on my own, and to be messed around by, this is just ridiculous. If I've got no, if I've just had housing costs sorted out for a hotel room, and I've just been suddenly been told, oh, I'm leaving tomorrow by the manager, and I need you out of here. I've got a physical disability as well as a mental health disability, and I'm doing all of this on my own. And so I've got no home, no home, no home, no home, no home, no GP, no home, no GP. I've got no home, no GP. The local MP is not serving and
Sorry, just need to clarify. Did you pay out of pocket for your housing, for your hotel?
I have spent thousands of pounds on the hotels of back pip illegally and now my late father's inheritance. And I've only just managed to get a woman from the job centre to set up housing for this hotel that's going to be closed down for 2 months. And I'm not I'm not sleeping. I've got no GP.
Get that sorted, is that right?
I've been messed around and lied to by these doctors' surgeries. There are things going on in the background that people.
You're going off tangent here.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you exactly.
Information about housing.
No one is telling me what.
Are you getting support?
I don't. Oh, for crying out loud. This is just ridiculous. No one can answer any simple question about who it was that registered me at a doctor's practice in Hailsham. No one, even a mental health nurse, thought that was strange. So then I registered at the Beacon practice, and then I was told by a Dr. Singh that he would do all these things for me, that he would do blood tests, and then I was told by the staff at the Beacon, where they've treated me very badly. There's an incident that happened. Oh, I just honestly. And then they're saying, oh, we shouldn't have registered you here. So I then register at another GP practice, and then I get this text message yesterday saying we can't accept your registration. I can't run round all the GP practices in Eastbourne with all of them lying to me. I had a Dr. Woolhouse tell me that Dr. Carrow was going to write a letter to the council, and he illegally threatened me just for simply asking him to contact Ewan Morrison, the MP caseworker. I've got complaints coming out of my ears. They're not even doing as the law, as a district judge has instructed. So I am running round like a headless chicken doing everyone else's job, and no one can tell me. Just answer a simple question: who was it who registered me at at the Hailsham Medical Centre, which is another town? It's not in. That's I'm in Eastbourne, and and as I said, now the Arlington practice have sent me this text message saying we can't accept your registration. Contact NHS England. What the hell is going on? And I've just had a doctor put me in a suicidal state. A doctor from 999 Emergency Services refused to give me medication, saying, I'm going to terminate the call now. I'm not going to help you. I'm going to hang up on you and basically go away. That's just, you know, and telling me to go to a GP. No one's listening. No one's listening. This is just ridiculous. So I've got no. Well, I'm just saying. I'm no. I'm just saying. I've got no GP.
Friday. Does that include me? Because I'm talking to you and I've been talking to you for the last half an hour.
Well, that's that. I don't know. That's that. I don't know. That's your decision. I'm not. I'm not you.
No, I'm not making a decision. I'm asking you.
I don't know what you're asking me. Sorry.
The question is, because you're saying everyone's not listening, does that include me?
I don't know. Only you can answer me that question. I
I can answer certainly, but that's something that you may not feel the same. I do know that for the last half an hour I've been listening to your concern.
Yes, but there's listening, and with all due respect, there's listening and hearing and doing something about this. That's the difference. I don't have a GP practice. No one is telling me.
And I think I don't know if you have a good understanding of what certain services can do. Okay, it's like saying, for instance, I don't know, I can give you a parallel example. For instance, you can get bread in the bakery, but you can also get it sometimes or in a shop. There's always going to be bread in the bakery, but if
Can we just
like
look
New York,
I
there's no bread,
look
that would be a different
I don't
story altogether
look
because they supply other things. So all I'm trying to say, in this contact with me today, I've explained to you that
Can we look? Can I just interject? You were talking about saying things that are relevant. Can we just stick to what is relevant? Because everything I have told you.
I'm just giving you sort of a parallel example when you say that you don't get what you really need and no one's listening to you.
Look, can we just stick to the point here? Can we stick to the point?
I cannot prescribe you medication.
Can we stick to the point here? Can we just stick to the point here? I am in distress. I am in a lot of distress because I have been illegally deregistered from GP practices. More than one. It is illegal. And this is willful. This is willful medical negligence. Willful medical negligence. I
have understood what you described. I am now asking you, are you expecting me to register you back?
I'm not saying I didn't I'm not wording it like that. I'm saying that someone needs to do something about this. I'm speaking to 999 NHS emergency. This is an emergency. This is an emergency. And I was hung up on by one of your doctors who has refused to give me medication in an emergency. She has refused to give me medication in an emergency. I'm on severe disability. I am on I am on severe I have been illegally deregistered and lied to by doctors with willful medical negligence.
Yeah, that's something. It's a process, as you know, with things like that. This cannot be resolved during this phone call.
Well, who is going to resolve it? Who is going to resolve it? Because a mental health nurse thinks this is insane. A mental health nurse in Crawley thinks this is not normal.
Because of that, my niece, okay? But I'm trying to break it down with you at this in this phone call. I'm a mental health practitioner myself. Okay, so you're going back again to
It's not normal. A mental, well, if you're a mental health nurse, then you agree.
you're talking to me.
Look, yes, well, right. A mental health. You're a mental health nurse. I've had a mental health nurse say this is not normal. Tell me this is not normal. I said you're telling me. No one can tell me who it was that registered me at Helsham Medical Practice. This is NHS. I have had a text message. I have had a text.
Who did that to you?
I had a text. I'm just going to keep repeating myself. Look, I've
Unfortunately, that
look,
information cannot be confirmed.
look. I have got some food. I have ordered some food, and I think they might be trying to contact me. I don't know.
I think we need to prioritize, obviously, the food, but also equally this phone call from the ambulance.
Yes, I know, but you're not doing. You're
From my end, I'm not arranging an ambulance, okay? But I can tell you, you need to contact 999 again for immediate threat to life.
for what?
Immediate threat to life is when you call for for support 999. You can either ask for ambulance if you need ambulance because there's immediate threat to life. What you're going through is that you feel quite frustrated with what's going on.
Right.
You want some resolution with regards to your GP registration.
Do you know what? I have to say I'm worried about my physical health. I am really worried. I am really worried about my physical health. I am really worried about my physical health. I haven't eaten. I'm worried about my physical health. I can't. I'm being. I've had a text message from NHS England. I can't keep repeating the same things over and over and over and over to you. I've said the same things over and over and over again to you. I can't keep repeating myself. I've had a doctor on 999 hang up on me. Yes, a doctor has refused to give me medication and hung up on me. Yeah, well, we're not going anywhere. Why do you think people keep using the phrase we're going round in circles? Because no one's doing anything. I need to get off the phone. Look, I can't cope with this. I'm worried but no one's doing anything about this. No one can answer. I have had a text message. Who said? No, I know who sent it to me. It was the GP practice.
You're not answering my question. What would you like to do for yourself so you don't feel that you are, so you feel that you're in control to do yourself?
Look, I don't look. I'm not getting anywhere with you. I've had a text message telling me to phone NHS England, and I need medication. I've had one of your doctors. I'm telling you, one of your doctors has refused to give me medication that I need and has hung up on me, and you're telling me to ring 999. How is that helpful?
You're actually calling and
You're not saying anything. You're just using word salad. You're taking up my precious time, and I need medication. I've had a doctor hang up on me. You have not given me advice. You have not.
For years. That's what you said.
You have not given me advice. You haven't given me any advice. You haven't. What's your advice? All right. What is your advice? You've told me to ring 999. You are calling.
You're mixing things up, Bryony, okay? I have said a few times, all right? You cannot get a prescription over the phone. Control drugs, sleeping medication, they're controlled drugs, so they cannot just be, they cannot just,
Well, I'll tell you what, the mental health nurse that I spoke to prior to you, at least she wanted to try and get me Zopiclone. She said, I can't promise anything. I said, well, then there's no point. So you're not helping me. You are not helping me. You are draining me. You are draining me. I'm going to have to go because you are draining me. She's draining me. I had to hang up on her. It's been I tell you what, it's been a very, very, very long time since I was the one who terminated the call. But I'm worried. I don't want to have a heart attack. I don't want to end up saying something I'll regret. She's not doing anything. She's talking about bread in a bakery, word salad. She's telling me to ring 999. I did ring 999 and I had a doctor refuse to give me medication and hang up on me. She said, are you saying I'm not listening? I said, you tell me that. What a waste of 47 minutes I've been making this video. I can't ring NHS 111 for some reason. I'm blocked from ringing them. I've shown the paramedics this. I've had 3 GP practices mess me around now. Lie to me. Several doctors have said that a doctor would write a letter to the council. See, all the fake apologies. Bryony, I know you've gone through so much and I'm so sorry. It's all this. If you're so sorry, do something about it. Don't give me all of this. I've just wasted all my energy. At least the last mental health nurse in the early hours, it was an elderly lady. I've spoken to her before. She said, I'll try and get you Zopiclone, but I can't promise anything. And I said, well, then I'm wasting my time. No offence. She said, no, you're right. So she agreed with me that I'd be wasting my time. A mental health nurse agreed with me that I'd be wasting my time. So I'm not going to waste my time anymore. But it's a doctor who has put me in this state because she has refused to give me medication. This is NHS 999. I have been illegally deregistered. A Dr. Singh was going to do blood tests. He was going to help me with my OCD. Just like the MP caseworker, false false offers of help, fake apologies, fake, 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 fake. That's all it is. So she's not going to do anything for me. I'm just going to tell adult social care when they ring me back in a while. So don't worry. I'm allowing them to test my blood pressure, and I shouldn't be allowing them to do that. Anyway, so I will let adult social care know what's just happened. I will just reiterate, don't worry, because it's all going to fall on the heads of those who have done this. Still a victim of my suffering, Josh Burundi. And you wonder why I've referred to you as a boy. Because that's what little boys do. That's what little boys do. Josh, you're a victim. You ignored my online application when you were counsellor OBE. I survived being attacked by convicted criminals. My mother would be 88 in a few days' time, and she was angry that an elderly man was harassing me when support workers found it funny. But dangerous convicted criminals attacked me to the point where I thought I'd be killed. A cancer patient who's now dead emailed Caroline Ansell, and I've got her email. She's a witness to this. I recorded the neighbours at Belmore Road. I recorded residents at the Riverbourne house. But you all just play. You just play victim. Carry on playing victim. But that's the whole of this country. Anyone in America, especially anywhere in the West, this is what the UK is like. It's not just me, but I now see why nothing works. Nothing works in this country anymore.